We use the combination reports for CAT4 and NGRT. The reading ages are a massive area for us here at the Academy, because we focus on that for all staff and all students. And I find the combination report for CAT and NGRT really useful. So where students have come back, their reading age might be well below what it should be based on their CAT test, and I can actually look at that and look at the reasons for it. What I have found really useful in the combination reports are actually looking at areas that would be potential reasons. For example, we do have a student who has done quite well on their CAT tests, but not so well on the reading age test, and that's a student who's actually not been in the country that long. So actually having the ability tests and the spatial tests he's done really well on, but actually in the reading age tests we know that we've got work to do. Now we already knew that, so it's validating what's actually happening, but we can measure the progress using the NGRT to actually show just how much we can do by putting him into a set that has phonics lessons and so on to really build up his reading ages.
We use the CAT4 test now, and we use that as a baseline of overall intelligence and ability, a profile of the child, but obviously looking at the strengths and weaknesses within that. We found it's useful to run the combination report alongside the new group reading test so we get some measure of discrepancies between the two tests, and we think that using the CAT test alongside each of the progress tests, English, Maths and Science, will allow us to do that to a greater extent in each of those subject areas once that's embedded.
I think with the combination reports there's got to be somebody within the Academy who can really drill down and take the information that classroom teachers need. So what we tend to do are read the reports and break them down, and then actually do training sessions and work with the staff on how to use them. For example, at the Academy we have CPL sessions on Thursday afternoons where we've done a lot on reading ages. But we also have teach meets every Wednesday morning. So for example, in a teach meet that's coming up in the next few weeks, we'll be looking at the combination reports, not in detail, but literally saying, these are the reading age tests, these are the CAT tests have come in. Thank you everybody for helping to facilitate these. Now look what we have got from them. So in fact, we can use the examples of those that have much lower or much higher ability, what that means and what they can then do within the classroom. I've just delivered a teach meet about knowing your student, and the results of the CAT tests were in there and the reading ages are in there. And we certainly say that data isn't the answer to everything, but it certainly helps to tell the story. And if staff are aware of that, then they can plan accordingly.
The whole pupil view is one of the reasons that we're particularly fond of this package of assessments. You see, we don't see assessments as an end in themselves. Assessments provide a set of data that we can use as teachers and we can use as school leaders, but they tell a story. And the more information you have about our children, the better the story will be. So we're able then to put together the different elements of what a child is. So we can see what their attainment is. We can identify barriers to learning. So for example, dyslexia, dyscalculia, we can identify reading as a barrier. And we can also look very importantly at a child's attitude to school and how well they view education and how much they value it. And we think that's going to give us the chance to intervene early before attitudes set in. So this package gives us the whole picture of a child sitting alongside our own judgment and sitting alongside what we know about our children, and that's important too.
GL have their student view, the little image that they have, and we've taken that a little bit further, and we have our student view in that we can look at the screeners because that helps us. We get Fisher Family Target Trust in, but we use the CAT test with that as well. We use Attitudes to Learning, but we use PASS with that as well. And actually all of that help us to actually form our whole student view.